Hi guys! So today we're going to do the weekend read for June 22nd, June 21st, Saturday, and June 22nd. And it's going to be a weekend family and love reading, specifically family and love. So, I was guided to do family and love, so I think Spirit's just happy that I'm doing it. Like I said, I was guided to do specifically for family and love. And family is anyone and everyone that you love dearly, right? That you feel like is your family. It could be close friends. It could be everybody that you live with, right? Your fur babies, your actual babies, your partner, your spouse, anybody and everybody that you consider your family. So what's going on? Those are the people that we love most and we spend time with during the weekend, right? So hopefully that's the case. If you guys are working, oh, I'm so sorry. But consider the weekend, you know, the time that you guys take off and get to spend that that time with your home, within your home life with your loved ones. So let's get started. We're gonna do 5-card spread like we normally do, and then clarify with the tarot. So, what is going on with family and love this weekend, June 21st and June 22nd, Saturday and Sunday? So in this reading, typically I consider this person, the other person, in a romantic reading. So this is going to be your family, okay? This could be any one person in your family or your actual family. Also, again, we have the house here, so it's very, very clear that tarot is answering the message and Lenormand is, the spirit is answering the message, right? There's finances and income being discussed here in some kind of writing. Are you guys purchasing a new house, new home? Are you guys relocating? All of that is written kind of here. You have a contract or some kind of written document related to a house or possibly a move. The bear can talk about finances, specifically income. Usually the fish talk about abundance, so your retirement, your investments, your life insurance policy, all that stuff. But the bear specifically is income. As it relates to the house and this contract, it could be something related to purchasing a new house or signing a lease agreement or moving to a bigger or smaller place, depending. But your family sort of depends on this move. It feels like, and this might be something that maybe you're not necessarily signing this weekend, although you could be closing on a house right this weekend, or signing a lease document. But I feel like it has more to do with talking about it or discussing, or something that's up for discussion, right? That's being considered. The reason I say that this is this is important to the family dynamic and family life, because the fox is here and the fox talks about survivors and about it being like survivor mode, right? So this move is sort of crucial to ensuring the sanctity, the livelihood and the health of the home life and the people involved, your family, your loved ones. It could be you, your partner, fur babies, actual babies, whatever that is. Let's get some clarification. What do you mean, Spirit? Can you clarify, please? Okay. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, the Strength, the 8 of Wands, the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. Lovely energy here. So there is a mother figure here. You could be a mother, or there is a mother figure here, a feminine energy. I don't always say feminine energy, but this is feminine energy, and it speaks to me of like a mother figure or 2 mother figures. It's a very sort of maternal feeling that's involved here, that has to do with this sort of move and home. So this could be, again, you or your partner or your parents, or your children, who are also parents if they're of the age to be parents. But there is a strong motherhood, motherly feeling here. I feel like your family, whoever your other family, your counterpart is, it could be whoever this family member is, right? Whether it's a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, a cousin, a roommate, whoever this person is, really wants this new move or this house or this new place. I think your current space, I wonder if you guys are moving to a bigger space, like if that's what you want or that's what you've been talking about. It feels like you're desiring a larger space, or you're wanting maybe to grow the family, and that's why you're talking about it. Or maybe the family has grown since the last time you moved and now it's time to move to a bigger space. Another issue might be the actual income related to the home, where it's sort of there have been changes in your income. Maybe someone lost a job, or someone got demoted, or someone was laid off recently, something like that, and now you're looking at maybe moving to a more affordable place or city. But there's going to be, again, I don't feel like necessarily you're signing anything this weekend, but it feels like you're sort of putting the wheels in motion and trying to figure out just exactly how to make that happen for yourself. There might be some accounting this weekend, some financing, some budgeting that's going to be required this weekend to prepare you for the next sort of move or the next phase in life, or even the following week or season. Because I think that whatever this change is, obviously it's a relocation or a changing of a home, it's going to, trickle down to affecting you long term. So it's sort of, how like when you have an idea, but there's a difference between having an idea and considering it and then acting on it, right? Those are like three different sort of levels or layers of the decision-making process. First is just an idea, and then later when you think about it, then you consider it, right? So you guys are kind of in the thinking and considering stage and talking about it. But once you sort of decide on how you want to move forward, whether it's a bigger place because the family's grown, or a smaller place that's going to be more affordable because there's been some financial difficulties here, whatever that looks like for you. And this could be even like you have a home, but now you can't really necessarily afford to live in it. So you're thinking about renting it out as a landlord, right? So this could be like you already have property, you're trying to rent it out. Or this could be a discussion that your parents are having, and somehow it impacts you because you're on, their trust, or this impacts your college fund, or this impacts your kids' college. It could be so many different ways, and this is a general reading, so you guys got to kind of apply it to your situation. But whatever it is that it looks like, it looks like there's a lot of sort of investment in the family in this move. There's a lot at stake in a positive sense. So there's options. It feels like there's opportunity and options here. It doesn't feel like you guys are necessarily being forced to move, right? But I feel like it makes logical sense. And I think, why am I doing this? I don't know why I'm doing this. And it makes logical sense. I normally don't choose cards like that. It makes logical sense that you would want to make those moves because you're strategizing, right? Logistics. He kept coming out when I was shuffling earlier, by the way, when I was trying to figure out if I wanted to, what kind of reading I wanted to do for the weekends. And like, you have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. Marriage. This is a partnership. This is mom and dad making decisions. This could be mom and mom making decisions, dad and dad making decisions. Non-binary couple making decisions. Whatever this looks like for you. This just speaks to a couple, right? A married couple, basically, or something that you would consider marriage. This could be grandparents. These are the grandparents, and they're trying to sort of leave their legacy for their kids, and they're trying to figure out how to do that. This affects the family. This affects more than one generation. This may affect up to like 3 or 4 generations potentially, but it definitely affects at least 2 generations because this is a mother-father figure. And again, we have the money card here. There's a change here that's being discussed again about the renovations. That could be another thing. Maybe you guys are thinking about renovating the home and trying to afford to see if you guys can afford it because maybe you've outgrown your space or you need some changes to the space. So renovations could also be sort of discussed here. This is planning. This is strategizing energy. This is you guys coming together. This is, again, the married couple, whoever this is, the matriarch, the patriarch, the whoever this is, whatever dynamic this is, the decision makers, the adults, right? It's time to adult, #adulting, right? To take care of it and strategize on how you guys are going to make this sort of come to fruition and have it positively impact and affect the family. Because again, this is several generations that it will be affecting. This could also be moving, how we always talk about the sandwich generation. The sandwich generation, where we're like, one generation becomes, gets to a certain age where they've had, kids, or they have fur babies, and they're also now starting to take on more of the responsibility of the generation before them. So mom, dad, dad, whoever. Do you know what I'm saying? So now they're kind of in charge of themselves, the generation that came after them and the generation before them. So they're kind of sandwiched in the middle. This feels kind of like that. It could be the sandwich generation, where you could potentially be looking at grandma, grandpa moving in with you for logistical, financial reasons, or even to help out with the next generation, right? With the babies. Or if, they move out on their own, what is that going to look like for you and your finances? All of that is sort of up for grabs and going to be discussed. So let me get an advice card for you. This one. Happy. This is awesome. This is okay. Again, it feels, yeah. So I would be very optimistic, because again, when I was putting these bright cards down, I was thinking that you guys have a lot of options and a lot of opportunities. Yes, this sort of echoes what I was saying. There's a lot that can happen. There's a lot that you can do about your situation. I love that it doesn't feel very restricted. It just feels like, okay, there's some stuff that needs to get done. Let's get together, pool our resources together, put our heads together, brainstorm, and figure out how we're going to, resolve this challenge, because that's what I'm getting right here. So that we are financially sort of in a better place in the future. Also, just so you know, when I say mom and dad, or mom and mom, or dad, these are basically just decision makers. This is head of household energy, whoever these people are. If you're a single parent, for example, this is also you, right? Because you have to be like both mom and dad, basically, to some degree. Does that make sense? So this also, even if this is just one person, this is head of household, that's okay. It's whoever's making the decision that needs to figure out how, what, when, where, and how or why this is going to happen. But this is going to bring very, very positive results, because I think you guys are kind of getting ahead of it, because you guys are planning, forecasting, and strategizing on how to figure this out in the future. So this is telling you you're on the right path. Just keep going. You have plenty of opportunity and plenty of possibilities at your fingertips. So it's going to be a very good, happy ending and result for you guys. Okay, so that's your weekend reading, guys. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to tune in next week for the dailies. Take a look at the channel also. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you made it this far. Leave like a little heart or a balloon if you want, so that we know that you guys got all the way to the end. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.